I mean, today is about saying Northern Ireland is open for business and you can do well there. It also raises some of the things that could help us do better that are cross-cutting, like business rates, energy cost, cost of employment, and particularly in the hospitality sector, it's about tourism VAT. We're competing against 9% Republic of Ireland. It's about the tax on our pubs, £1 in every 3 goes to the Exchequer, and we've the highest air passenger duty in the world, but everyone has to fly to get to us.
Just to reaffirm that message that Northern Ireland is open for business, that we welcome investment, that we are attracting more visitors to Northern Ireland today than we have done for decades, that parts of Northern Ireland are now being recognised internationally as a great place to visit. But not only are people coming to visit, they're coming to invest, and some of them are coming to stay. And so there are many positive stories about Northern Ireland. And too often I hear people talking Northern Ireland down. And it depresses me when that happens, because there is so much good that is happening and so much energy that many people devote towards making Northern Ireland work, even when the politicians aren't able to do that at Stormont right now.
There is some problems, political problems back home, but we have to work to try to address all of them and try to make sure that we work to get a resolution. I know that there was a cross-party meeting on Monday of this week back in Belfast. Our party took part in those conversations, and we want to ensure that we want to get the right outcome. I've been speaking to people today saying about the issue with regards to the Assembly not being up and running is causing everybody in society a great deal of hurt and pain and making life difficult for people, which is fair enough, and we recognise that, and I recognise that, and I will work to the best of my ability to ensure that we can get that resolved. We want to make sure that from our party is they want to work with yourselves, but we want to work with every single other party to make sure that we deliver on whether it's tourism, manufacturing, or in hospitality. We want to ensure that that delivers for everyone. So I want to give you assurance that maybe we'll talk to you, and maybe we don't always agree 100% on everything, but we agree on maybe 85% of things, and I think that's a very important thing, and let's work out the other 5 to 10% what we haven't agreed. But I think we can work with yourselves. I think it's a great tribute to the 3 organisations for seeing such a large crowd in here today to move forward, because there is people from all over, people from all sorts of different backgrounds and communities, and I think that's a very important step. Just to repeat what Jeffrey says, we are open for business. We want to work with you to ensure that businesses flourish. We want to work with you to ensure that business continues to grow, and let's make where we live a far better place. There has been massive improvements in the north of Ireland over the last number of years. Massive improvements, and I think that we can still deliver even further improvements in the time ahead.
You know, the paper that we're launching today, the New Deal, a New Deal for Northern Ireland, it really does demonstrate and show the full focus that Northern Ireland has on ensuring economic growth, but also the need to get the executive up and running. And I don't think any of us should shy away from that. There is immense frustration for all of us that we've not been able to find a way to bring the parties together. And I know that there are parties that are very willing to come back with no preconditions, and I need to find a way to make sure that we can get the basis for that so that we can get a fully functioning executive. Because there is no doubt that all the people I've spoken to in this room, many of you I've met before, many of you I know I will continue to work with or I'll meet again in the future. But you've all said to me what you need is functioning devolved government, where those politicians that are elected by the people of Northern Ireland make the decisions on behalf of the people of Northern Ireland. And I am absolutely committed to doing that. But you cannot expect anybody to invest in any area. Tax breaks will help, and grants will help, and everything else. But if there's nothing for employees to do, if there's no social life, if there's nowhere for them to enjoy themselves, if there's no facilities for them, be that the theatre or sports facilities or wonderful hospitality. I mean, who wants to live somewhere where there's not decent food to eat? And Northern Ireland has all of that in abundance. And so I want to make sure we are building on all of the strengths that are there to start with and really building on them.
With Karen Bradley, Secretary of State, the view that we've got to get back to a functioning Stormont, functioning executive. That's so important to resolve some of the issues that people in this room have told me that you need. Things like reform of VAT, things like, for example, the rates reform, things like looking, I very much concede the pool of talent in Northern Ireland, but we also know there are skill shortages. Issues like that we need to work together, and we need obviously a Westminster system that is working with the authorities in Belfast to move the agenda forward. That is so important.